This song is tuned down a half a step, and there's only two main chord progressions if you're playing it by yourself. If you have a second guitarist, there's another part you can overlay on the verse, which I'll teach you as well. But here's the structure. The intro riff is played just like this. And yes, he makes those faces while he plays. You can play either a C sharp minor, like that, or you can do a C sharp minor 7. You just lift up the pinky, that's the only difference, okay? And you can either hammer on, or you could slide into it from the B to the C sharp, like this. So you can hammer on, or you can slide in. Both work. Sometimes it's easier to do the slide, especially after this E riff. Figure it out, do whatever's comfortable, but the crowd's gonna love it anyway. You'll notice that when he goes from the C sharp minor to this G sharp major, when he picks it, they actually keep the top two strings open. So you're going like this. Kind of gives it that sour feel. And then you slide up to a bar chord on the A, and you're at the E major. The trick is to slow it down, work it out piece by piece on the picked part, sliding up there, which is tricky, and then from the E to this other riff, and just work on that. Repeat it over and over, and the same here. Repeat it. You'll get there, and then you can stitch it together, right? And it becomes more natural with practice. That riff is only 4 chords, so if you want to get through it easily, just play the chords. People will know it at a party. If you have a second guitarist, you can overlay that kind of upbeat reggae beat during the verse, which goes like this. Feels good. All right. Yeah, it does feel good. The chorus is exactly the same progression as the verse, it just changes up what the right hand does on the syncopation. Listen, here it is. Again. That's it. It just repeats that as many times as you want and as loud as you want too. The only other part you have to learn is the bridge, which is played like this. You can play with power chords if you have distorted guitar, and it's simply a B power chord, and you walk your index finger down to the B flat while keeping your other finger, your pinky or your ring, depending on how big your hand is, here on this F sharp, like this. Then you do an E power chord and a G power chord. If you're an acoustic musician and you don't have distortion, you may want to do power chords for the first two and then get to open E and G chords, just like this. play around with it, have fun, but get the energy into it and gets the crowd into it and feed off of them and let them feed off of you. It's a great song. It takes care of itself, but just, kind of rock it out. That Say It Ain't So. Great crowd tune. Don't stress about the nuances of it. The crowd kind of takes over on this, so you're just in a supporting role. Play the basic chords if you're having trouble with those little licks and riffs. You'll work up to it eventually, but don't overthink it. Have fun, let the crowd sing along, and rock on. Or not, because I just messed up. Say it ain't so. You gotta have fun with it. Get the crowd into it, just like, it's a cool song. It's a great chorus.